back again with another review. This time it is this thing. This is an 8BitDo new style controller. I think it's the SN30 Pro Plus. That's what this is called. It comes with a USB cable, internal battery which can be swapped out for AA's. It has analog triggers, so you can press it a little bit if you want to have a little bit of acceleration or a little bit of pressure, and then push it all the way down if you want to hammer the button. It has an auto fire and programmable button there, and it has a kind of programmable Steam or menu button here. So initially when I saw this, I was like, this is fucking amazing, this is the best controller ever, and it was for a couple of months. It played fantastically. The analog pads are like perfectly weighted, there's no dead spots, very easy to control. The buttons are all great as well. I mean, these face buttons are not analog, which is a bit of a shame. They're just normal clicky clickies, but I mean, they're good quality, and the look of it's good. It's Bluetooth, works wirelessly, and it comes. You can get a firmware update, and that's fairly easy to do as well. So initially, I thought these things were great, like I said. And to be honest with you, if you don't use them all that much, or you don't have kids, or you are extremely careful with everything and you never drop anything, or you never bash anything, or you don't need to pull the cable out too many times, if that sounds like you and you don't mind spending the money, then one of these for £30 to £40 is pretty bloody good. So initial signs are good, but then let me tell you what happened after the first few months. These two analog triggers here started sticking. You hear that? You hear that little click? So it comes back all the way to 99%, but you have to actually push it to get it to go to 100%. Now that's a warranty repairable piece of damage there. What's happened is the oil from my skin, I'm not particularly oily, but a little bit of oil has seeped in there, I think, and has upset the travel of the button. So, but it's happened on all three of these, which I have. So I've got to say that, excuse me, the thing's fallen off the microphone. So yeah, I have to say that these are fragile controllers. So if you have children, don't get them. They'll be a waste of your £40. They'll be broken in no time. If you play an extremely large amount of games or a lot of hours on games, I would go for something a bit less flimsy than this. And if you're disabled, or you tend to, like, I suffer with ataxia, I drop stuff all the time, so I have dropped this a few times, and I have hardwood floors, so it makes a big noise when it drops. But I do think for £30 these things should be more hard wearing than they are. So features wise and design wise on the surface, I would have given this probably an 8 or a high 8, or even maybe a 9 out of 10 with the firmware updates, because they're just a joy to use. And admittedly, I do still use these for most of my games, but realistically I have to drop that down to a 7 because they're just too fragile. They just need to be more hard wearing on these buttons there, and also the cable port here. I've had some problems on a previous one with that as well, with the kids pull the cable out, or they mess about with it or whatever, and it gets damaged. So yeah, 30 to 40 quid for this is very expensive considering how fragile they are, but if they manage to sort that issue out and make these hard wearing, I would definitely recommend buying these, and I would score them a 9 out of 10. Like I said, I still use them for most of my games. Only games I can't use them for is driving games, because obviously when you let go of accelerate and you click brake, you don't want 1% of acceleration still going. If you're trying to, if you're in a rally car and you're trying to take a corner perfectly, you need to have the control of that 1%, and you'll just crash and get pissed off if you don't. So games like GTA, not true driving games, you can get away with it, but things like Gran Turismo, Assetto Corsa, these kind of games, I wouldn't use this. It's just, it won't last you very long. You get annoyed that you've wasted your money. So on that note, coming up to 5 minutes, I'll end the video, and yeah, I will see you in the next one, which I'll probably do more controller reviews, and I'll try and find one which is tough enough to withstand you and the games that you play. So see you in the next one.